that they released yesterday, and I'm sure you guys have questions. I have questions as well. But as we start this video, I want to explain in case someone doesn't understand what was truly being said. So, the perpetrator that's leaving this home in Los Angeles happened in March of 2023. They obviously came and took a report, and his DNA had gone into the system. Obviously, because a criminal act had occurred, but the system didn't have a match for who this perpetrator was, because he obviously hasn't had a criminal history where it warranted his DNA being in the system. That's why there was no match. Now, fast forward to Rachel Morin's case and her homicide on August 5th. Once they did DNA testing, they put it into CODIS. And then CODIS came up with a match of the other DNA from this case, which matched Rachel Morin's case. But again, there is no name to this perpetrator because he hasn't committed a criminal offense where his DNA would have been in the system to match who it belongs to. Now, hopefully, I'm sure that they are going to be working with the familiar DNA, heritage, where they can hopefully go to an ancestry of someone from this perpetrator's family that had done like the 23andMe thing, and that they're in the ancestry system and could hopefully get a match from there, because a lot of people have done that to gain their own knowledge of their heritage. So there's hopefully that. So as I'm play the video here, again, this is going to be the best picture you're going to come across. Now, they say that he's probably in his early 20s. They have him as 20 to 30, 5'9", 160 pounds approximately, and of Hispanic ethnicity. Now, I believe that because I've looked at some pictures, looking at the nose, looking at the different attributes. I agree it's Hispanic. Plus, the person that is closing the door here would have had a very good visual of the face and what culture he was from. Now, in saying that, that brings me to a point. So let's just play this again. So that brings me to another point of this perpetrator. This doesn't really seem to be someone that's in a huge rush, but someone that does know that the doorbell's there. So whether that's a conversation that happened inside, when people are being sneaky, and then they, hey, yeah, so do you guys use cameras? And then they get them out of the younger individual. Now, again, this was said that it was a home invasion and an assault. Chances are it's going to be SA assault, just like Rachel Morin's is probably going to be that, if we were going to go just based on assumptions at this time, speculation. So my thing, I'll start off is with this case here. This leads me to believe that this case really didn't make it into the news, as myself and a lot of others included haven't found any information, as well as the news as we see so far. Now, it's probably correct when there's going to be someone that's going to see this footage, because now that it's hit national news, that somebody's going to go, oh, that's my neighbor, that's my friend, I know that lives there. Hopefully, if somebody does do that, that they be discreet about the address and the street, etc., and don't expose too much about the individual living in this house that was a victim. Now, when this perpetrator is leaving this house, it seems clear that there's no big rush, but yet he has his shoes, as you can see in his hand, as it plays again, and he's leaving, but he seems to be very well aware of the camera that's going on. There's his shoes. They're black soles, black shoe with white on the side. I don't know what brand that is personally. I'm sure someone who wears, maybe knows those shoes, will exactly tell you what brand that they are. Now, again, because this case doesn't seem to have made it into maybe the newspapers, because again, Los Angeles has a whole different ball of wax when it comes to the crimes going on and the news that gets put out there. News is going to put out news that's going to get them the most views and most ratings. That's just the way it is. There's no sugarcoating that whatsoever. So the important stories will make it way to the top, and the ones that they don't deem as essential do not make it, because obviously there's a lot of things that go on in any given day in Los Angeles area. Sad as that sounds, that's just the truth of the matter. So obviously they're calling it a home invasion and assault. Whether it was the young girl, and I'm going to deem this young girl probably to be more in the teenage areas, no, like young girl is what they use, but I don't think this is a child, as in the child of 8, 9, or 10 years old type of thing. And perhaps the mother found out about this and called the police when she was aware of an older individual that was in the home. We don't know the circumstances of this case. Perhaps this person invited this person over from a website. We don't know if this is in the evening time, if it's in the early morning time, because there's no timestamp of when exactly this incident transpired. We know that it was in March. But as you can see when you play the video, we'll play it like this. Okay, you see basically the hands right here and right here coming out, and then it closes the door. Now, I don't necessarily call it a slam as much as it's someone's closing the door, and a very light leafy decoration that's on the door makes it seem like it's a slam. So we don't know truly the circumstances of this, besides the fact that the police were called and it's been deemed as a home invasion and an assault. So again, this leads me to believe that there was no sketch that was derived from the victim that's inside the house, or that actual canvassing had happened as to if other cameras caught this perpetrator. And the reason why I'm thinking that is because this is the best footage that they seem to have, and probably the only footage. That typically on any given street, that typically homes are going to have doorbell cameras around, whether it's on the street, all those different things. So chances are this case didn't make a high priority, in the sense that it escalated to a sketch being drawn up and canvassing of this street and area for other footage. So it's only because of Rachel Morin's case, sadly, that the DNA did a match on the perpetrator that's right here. So hopefully there'll be justice for Rachel Morin, the victim of this household, and any other individuals that have been victims of this individual that's in this film footage. You can tell that he's wary, or you can tell that he, like I said, can see that there's a camera there just by the way he's acting. It's almost one of those things where when somebody's sneaking back out of the house, they got their shoes in their hand, they got their shirt there. That part's very odd. But if this was somebody, to me, that was truly hiding in the house, I can't really see that this is how he would be leaving. Basically there's a gesture there where it's almost like see you later. Heads out the door with his shoes and his shirt off. So that part's really strange to me. So you can kind of see him give a little bit of okay, bye, and then he's out of there. So again, just the circumstances of this, it's probably the best that they have to go on. But because it's national now, right? The hope is, of course, and just like the sheriff did say, the Hartford County Sheriff's Office did say in this video, talking that because it is national, and this just makes common sense, that somebody's going to look at this individual and they're going to say, look, I know that haircut that that person had. That's a friend of mine. Same build. Wears the same type of shoes. Same type of pants. You know, you can see that he has a necklace as well on his neck. Let's just go back to the footage again. Okay. You can see it shining there. Let's just wait for him to turn around. You can see it shining there. And there's a necklace. Now, there's no tattoo marks. There's nothing on the body that's going, hey, you know what? I got a hi mom, you know, hey mom type of sticker, tattoo on his arm sticker. I didn't mean to say sticker, guys. I was thinking those ones you rub on when you're a kid. But, you know, there's not really any clear signs besides looking at his haircut. You know, I mean, everyone and their cat, whatever, wears a necklace around their neck. You know, typically a lot of males do that. Very common thing to do. So that's not going to be a dead giveaway. But as a whole, someone's going to go, you know what? I know the side of that guy's face. I know that haircut. It's somebody that I know. It's a friend of mine. It's my son. Well, I don't know that a parent is going to sit there and willingly want to turn in their child. You know, it's one of those things how they, most parents would hate to know that their child committed this horrific crime against Rachel Morin and this victim in Los Angeles. So it does make you wonder if how many were before, during, in the middle, and the risk of it happening again. So this perpetrator needs to be caught ASAP, and because of the national coverage now, hopefully, like I thought, like a lot of other people thought, that someone is going to recognize this person, a barber, a friend, hopefully a family member, somebody that fights for justice, no matter what, for truth. You know, if you did something, then you have to pay for what you've done, for your crimes. So, I mean, looking at the house here, you have a car to the left over there. You have some gating in the front. Again, when he walks down, you can see right here on, besides his shoes there, when he's walking, in his pocket, you'll see what looks like a cell phone that's in his pocket lit up there. And so it's just a matter of getting this guy off the streets before he does anything as horrific as what he's done to Rachel Morin's case. This victim is lucky to be alive. We don't know the circumstances regarding Rachel Morin's case in the sense of why he felt the need to do harm to Rachel by taking her life versus just an SA assault. Did Rachel put up a fight? There's a difference between someone that's, say, 14 or 15 or 13, whatever the age is here, possibly 16, versus someone that's 37, that's actively fit, a lot stronger, and maybe Rachel put up a fight, and that ensued into what the outcome was of her case. Anyways, I would really like to see a sketch come out. I would really like to know, I'm sure that their intent would be to go re-interview this home and get a sketch artist in there, unless, of course, I'm hoping and praying that someone's going to recognize this individual very soon, or that like a 23andMe type of DNA, familiar DNA, is going to pull this person's name out of the woodwork, and that this is going to happen in the next week. I'm personally hoping. That's just a guess on my part, but what we need to do is get this person off the street before it happens to another person again. So with that being said, we're going to just again look at the different. So there's the haircut. This is probably the best picture of the perpetrator that you're going to get. Seems like he has a little bit of pointy ears, Spock type ears. You know, the haircut line, which is only a couple days old, looks fresh. My co-host, Aspen Connor, who's a hairdresser as well, had said that this is a fresh haircut. You can tell. The nostrils, he has very elongated nostrils there. You can see that there's the shoes with the black and the white design to them. You can see that there's a necklace around the neck. And then we'll just go again into the body features of this perpetrator. Let's look at the pants that he's wearing, which seem to be a jogger type style. Again, he's leaving in his in his socks. And he has his runners in his hand. Then you see a phone, what looks like a phone right there in his right hand pocket. So, which leads me to believe he would be right-handed, because if I was left-handed, I would put my phone, and I am left-handed, put my phone in my left-handed side. So, then he proceeds to go to the right of this home, and I'm just going to leave it at that, you guys. Please, put your thoughts in this. Hopefully a sketch will come out. Hopefully, maybe we'll hear that there's a press conference today saying that the perpetrator has been caught. Let's just splash this everywhere. I can't say that enough. Before another person becomes a victim of this perpetrator, let's try to save somebody else's life and get him off of the street and in jail and handcuffs where he belongs. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, please hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Prayers to Rachel Morin and her family. And don't forget, Rachel Morin is having the Trail of Flowers and Light Walk. They're asking people to bring flowers and to bring battery-operated candles. And, of course, the Cupcakery is giving 20% donations of the sales that day with regards to helping with the 5 children and the funeral expenses of Rachel Morin. So again, I put out a little short video. Just share that around, guys. Share this video around. Let's get the exposure for this case that it deserves. And prayers to all the victims of anyone that has had their life taken away. Prayers to their family members. And prayers to all the fires going on, not only in the USA, but in Canada as well. And with that being said, again, leave your comments in the comment section of this video. And we'll have a blessed day. And we'll see you on tonight's live.